I deplore such unsophisticated coercion, but your cooperation is necessary to me. I think not, Miss Brown. We must not lose the girl.
Look at the dials. They're going mad. Every time the volcano becomes active, these instruments react. They must be controlling the mountain somehow. If only we could work out how.
We should get back to the professor and begin our theory in Paris. Just a bit further, Doctor, please. There's no one alive on this planet. I have a feeling there is. Let's get a move on. Tarn's computer may be confident the volcano isn't about to blow, but instinct tells me otherwise. Quickly, chameleon, go to the doctor's machine, materialize that preposterous box inside my TARDIS.
I'm going to the place of arrival. You will attend me. Might be a chance for you to redeem yourself.
The unbelievers do no harm.
Sarn was a thriving and prosperous planet until the existence of Logar was questioned. Now look at us! A primitive settlement on the verge of extinction! No harm! Those heretics must be executed.
Comparatus, you see. The girl must have removed it while my control was weak. You must find her before she rejoins the doctor.
The comparator. Yes, of course, the comparator. I think the comparator is mentioned in some other stories, but this might have been its original premise in a story. The comparator is something to do with the TARDIS. I think it's a part of the TARDIS, if I remember correctly. This was Planet of Fire, which, as we saw there, of course, introduced Nicola Bryant as Perpigillium Brown, and boy, did she create a bit of a stir. I think there might have been one scene where she was almost not wearing many clothes. She was drowning, and I think Turlo had to dive in and save her. Filming, of course, in Lanzarote for this one, and it really adds a lot of effect to the production, doesn't it? A real sense of sort of an alien world. I've always wanted to go to Lanzarote, primarily because of this story, and I think it's certainly a place on my list of places to go, shall we say. I think that's sort of one of those chaps with the headgear was quite a famous person who was shouting a lot. Peter somebody, possibly. I think he was quite a well-known actor who said that they must be sacrificed or something like that. Yes, and I think this story has a lot to do with Turlo and his origins, possibly some connection to his family and his home planet of Tryon. Rings a bell. But yes, this one is primarily remembered for introducing Perry and the filming in Lanzarote, and of course the return of Anthony Ainley as the Master. Now, I think the Master that got knocked on the head was actually Chameleon, and this was to be his final story. Although he had joined the crew in The King's Demons, he wasn't ever used, I think, due to the technical difficulties of him being deployed in the studio and, of course, on location. So this was his sort of a swan song, shall we say. But yes, I think the Master had been experimenting with his tissue compression eliminator and had shrunk himself. So hence the Master with all the headgear on was trying to get the Chameleon Master to do his dirty work, one assumes. Yes, yeah, really enjoyable one, that one. Brings back lots of memories.